Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back! Episode 5 of Grapple Gear. Thanks once again for joining us. Please remember, like, share, subscribe these videos. Please get this out to more and more people so they can see what we're dealing with and how we roll over here at Grapple Gear. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Friday. It is November 8th, and that means tomorrow is full gear coming at you from Baltimore, Maryland, and yours truly is heading out to StarCast, to Full Gear, and to the AEW Full Gear After Party. Live in Baltimore, I'm going to be there, and I'm going to get some footage for next week's show, so please remember to tune into that. And please remember to like, share, subscribe. Enjoy these videos. They're here for you and for your enjoyment. A little bit of education in the figure nation. A little bit of knowledge for your toy dumb. So, without further ado, let's get on with today's episode. Which brings me to my first piece of the day, ladies and gentlemen. The Mouth of the South. Jimmy Hart. This is an already autographed, ring-used Jimmy Hart megaphone. Was used at World War III. It's a bit tattered, and there's a crack in the base here. There's some breakage here. It's been taped back together, glued back together on the back end there, but still a fantastic piece. And I'm bringing it to see Jimmy, and gonna ask him a few questions. See if he remembers maybe who got this knocked over the back of their head. Maybe it was him. It's hard to say, but it wasn't done at World War III, where I do have photos of this megaphone being used. I'm sure he's going to be happy to see it after all these years, and very cool piece to have. Very happy to bring it over there and get some information for a friend of mine who runs the Greencastle Toy and Collectible Show. And he's been doing that for several years now. Also the owner of Kryptonite Toyz in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Very nice guy. His name's Phil. Wonderful man. And here's a little bit of footage from this past weekend's Greencastle Toy and Collectible Show. awesome show. I've been doing that for several months. Actually going on a couple years now. 2 years we've been doing the Greencastle Toy Collectibles show. And been working with Phil the whole time. And that day I happened to pick up this guy right here from a good friend of mine, Nate Parrow. You may know him as Ring Skirts. Shout out to Ring Skirts on Twitter. Nate Parrow found this guy in the store and picked him up for me. Good old collector's edition Pat Patterson figure. As you see there, he looks a bit drunk. But that's the kind of things he likes. And, you know, very good guy. This banana is going to get ripped open. So, collector's edition number 2. Torn apart right here on Grapple Gear. Because, you know, that's what they're here for. Oh boy, that's it's so great to finally have a Pat Patterson figure. I believe I actually saw him crying when he was told that he had a figure coming. A little bit of an inside joke. Alright, so Pat Patterson got his Rio de Janeiro first IC Champ t-shirt on as he wore throughout the Attitude Era. There's a shot of Pat's face. Boom! We'll take a picture of him so we can get a little bit of better lighting in there. And so Pat Patterson, right here getting his first figure, also comes with a police hat, which I tore apart, taken out of the box. There we go, fix that guy. So he can wear that, or you can throw it on DX, whichever one you wanted to go with, and a separate set of hands. Just to go ahead and piss off a good friend of mine named Michael Black even more than I already have, because Michael Black was supposed to buy this figure right here from another good friend of mine at that Greencastle Toy and Collectible show by the name of Dexter. And Dex decided he really needed that $50. So right here is your figure, Mike. When you got that $50, he's ready to go. Mr. Perfect, Hasbro, mint on card. Got a French card here. Very cool item. Very nice to see. Mr. Perfect, one of my all-time favorites. Great figure. One of the best of all time. Mr. P. Rest in peace, sir. Great to see this. This one here is for, again, Michael Black. But, just to piss off Michael Black a little bit more, we have here another mint on card Big Van Vader from the original San Francisco toy makers, circa 1994. And you know what? As the originators of the Fig video podcast would say, we're going to let this man breathe, baby. Shout out to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. Big Van Vader. Boom! Awesome to have one of these. I had this as a child. Mint. Beat him up. Wrestled a lot of matches against Hogan and the Stinger. And now this Big Van Vader is set to be set on the shelf along with the Stinger. Moving on, I want to talk about another item, one of them that's near and dear to my heart, and one that you may have seen if you've checked out some of my photos from my trip to WrestleCon. But this is going to be making another appearance. Of course, tomorrow at StarCast, I'm going to meet the Stinger in his classic Bash at the Beach. I'm sorry. In his classic Great American Bash outfit from where he won the WCW World's Heavyweight Championship from Ric Flair. And I have here a Stinger fanny pack, or bum bag as it would be called in England or Europe. Awesome fanny pack here. This one's going to go with me to StarCast as it went with me to WrestleCon. Great items. Don't forget, shout out Kryptonite Toyz out there in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. Let's take a look around the Kryptonite Toyz shop real quick. Welcome back, everybody. We are just outside of Kryptonite Toyz in Greencastle, Pennsylvania. The Greencastle Toy and Collectible Show put on each month by the Greencastle Kryptonite Toyz down here in Greencastle, PA. So make sure you, if you're ever in the area, stop by first Sunday of every month, right around the corner, and we're going to head on in and check out some of the goodies. Let's take a look. Great shop, baby! Can't go wrong. Shout out to Kryptonite Toyz for allowing me to bring this item out. We'll be meeting Too Cold Scorpio. We'll be meeting the Stinger. We'll be meeting how do you want to call it? Typhoon? Do you want to call it Tugboat? Of course, he's billed that night as the Shockmaster. So we'll be meeting the Shockmaster live and in person and getting our Shockmaster figure signed. And finally, as well, we'll be meeting the great Magnum TA and getting a Mattel Magnum TA figure signed as well. So great lineup from StarCast. Thank you guys for bringing out some great legends for us to meet and greet tomorrow. Can't wait to see what else we have going on in the StarCast lineup, what great collectibles we have going on. See if I can't find, maybe I'll find a brawler or two. Yeah, need some more micro brawlers. Yeah, I need another Macho Man, maybe 2 more Macho Mans, maybe 3 more Macho Mans. It's hard to say because the cream always rises to the top. Yeah. Of course, we couldn't have an episode without a little bit of Mach creeping on in there. The greatest of all time. Of course, some other people that will be live at StarCast, the Great Muta. So if you have not already met the Great Muta, which I have this year twice, may have to make it a 3rd time just to round out the year, but we'll see what happens when we get to that venue. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, I can't stress this enough when I say that these guys, I have to close out the episode here with these here. But before I do, shout out to the Import Wrestling community live on Facebook. If you have not already joined the Import Wrestling community, my group been going strong for 2 years. They are where I found these bad boys. And not to mention, if you are not only into wrestling figures, if you have other interests, the Wrestling Figures Then Now Forever group has changed to Figures for Life. So ladies and gentlemen, and now we are going to cover all manner of figures, including Marvel Legends, like these that I picked up last week at the Greencastle Toy and Collectible Show, courtesy of Kryptonite Toyz. And any other line you can think of. Pop vinyls, wrestling figures, you name it, they're going to be there. Figures for Life on Facebook. Make sure you check them out. But back to the matter at hand, we're going to close out this week's show with these right here. These are bootleg Hasbro style figures. They are from the early 90s in Mexico, produced in, not really sure what quantities they came out in, but a very, very large number of legends and Mexican wrestlers were produced in this line, including the Dynamite Kid, who I have a few of on the way. We have Atlantis right here. Of course, you have the legendary Mil Mascaras, who was also in the line. You have Dos Catos. You have Villano number 1 through 4, I believe, were all represented. And of course, we have Octagon here, who I have alongside. Both of these came from my man Mike Cruz in Mexico. Shout out to Mike Cruz. If you have not already checked out his page, he's got a YouTube channel, En Espanol, talks about wrestling figures. He's also a member of our import wrestling community, as well as Figures for Life. Great guy, great trader, great seller. So shout out to Mike Cruz. But right here, we have some great figures. If you have not already seen these, they line up perfectly with the Hasbros, making for some brand new matchups. Of course, the Hulkster coming up against Atlantis live in Mexico City at Arena Mexico. Great matchup right there. Can't go wrong. Maybe the Macho King is going to get in on the action and challenge Octagon right there in Arena Mexico. And after hard-fought matchups, maybe they travel back to the United States and challenge for the Intercontinental Championship from Ravishing Rick Rude. You never know. But great figures to have, great additions to any collection. So if you guys have not already seen the Mexican bootleg line from the early 90s, absolutely fantastic figures. There's a whole mess of them. If you ever come across any, I will buy them from you if you have any for sale. But great items. Thank you for watching once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in. This, I hope, very insightful, very figure-heavy episode of Grapple Gear. Ladies and gentlemen, please like, please share, please subscribe our page. Please check out the YouTube channels of my fellow comrades that I mentioned earlier today. Also, please check out Kryptonite Toyz if you're ever in the Greencastle area. Also, every first Sunday, if you're ever in the Greencastle area, check out the Greencastle Toys and Collectible Show, featuring yours truly, selling some great goodies, including some UK Galoobs, some Japanese Carica Pros, as you all know I love, and some Hasbro, some great modern figures like Mattel, also some Jacks. You never know, they may be the one that you've been looking for. I may have on hand, so check us out. And not to mention, next week, the recap from StarCast from Full Gear. And thank you for watching episode 5. And don't forget, episode 6, right around the corner, coming at you.